Hello, my name is Billy Haskins, and thank you very much for tuning into my channel today. I'd like to ask you a quick question. Are you where you want to be? Or where you want to be physically? Are you where you want to be in regards to your health? If you're like me, 49, almost 50, and it sneaks up on you, doesn't it? You know, at one point we're little kids and we got the world in our hands and we have no worries. And we never once say, man, you know, when we're 10 years old, I sure hope when I, get to 50, I'm out of shape, have some pretty significant health problems. Boy, I really hope that that's my future. But unfortunately, that's what sneaks up on a lot of us, doesn't it? What happens is, unfortunately, life wins. We kind of forget about us. We're busy raising families, we're working, improving our education, and we're making decisions on the fly. What sounds good? What are we in the mood for? What's available to us to eat? And we have no rhyme or reason to how we address the day as far as our nutrition. I know there are a million channels out there. I know there's a ton of experts, and everybody's got an opinion on how to achieve this. My title is Practical Weight Loss with Billy. I want this to be simple. I'm not going to ask anybody to do something I don't do. I don't count calories, and I don't give up all the foods I enjoy either. I mean, if this is something you're going to do for the rest of your life, you got to ask yourself, am I going to give up everything I enjoy? And the answer is no. It's funny, whenever I do talks, I'll usually ask the crowd, all right, by a show of hands, how many of you have ever been on a diet? And I see every hand pretty much go up. And I look around the audience, I say, all right, how many of you are still on the very first diet you ever started? And every hand goes down. And I say, all right, guys, this is why there's a problem. We started something we couldn't finish. So I don't care how great the diet is. It could be the best diet in the world. It can get you shredded. If it's not something you can do for the rest of your life, don't start it, because you're going to stop. And when you stop, whatever fat you've lost is coming back. What you don't understand is fat cells are insidious. Once they've had fat within them, they want it right back. So even if you lose the body fat, unless you stay on the program that you started, it's going to come back. And so my whole goal is to teach you not how to diet, but just how to make better food choices. Okay, so how do we do this? Do we count every calorie? Do we exercise like there's nobody's business? Do we give up everything we enjoy so we're miserable? Do we use some of the latest and greatest fat burners that are out there? None of those things work. What you understand is this: dieting, or the vitamin industry, supplement industry, fat loss industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yet, in this country, more people are overweight than they've ever been. 2/3 of the population is obese, give or take. So obviously there's a huge disconnect. These things do not work. And what it really boils down to is this, something very simple. Do you honestly believe this is going to happen for you? Do you truly believe you're going to lose the body fat you want to lose and it's going to stay off? That is paramount. If you believe you achieve, if you don't think this is going to happen for you, don't start, right? You're not there yet. You're not committed yet. I always tell people, everybody that knows me knows I'm a one-way train. When I say I'm going to do something, it's done. You either board this train or out of my way. You've got to be the same way with your diet. Now, are you going to fall down? Of course you are. I fall down miserably. I always tell people dieting is kind of like a running back on a football team. When he drops the football, he's like, oh, coach, look what I did. What does he do? He picks it up and keeps running. That's how we eat. A moment does not define us, all right? And think about this, if this is you, you're following some nutrition program. It's January 1st, you're going to change your life, and so you embark on this diet. You're doing great for a while, because anytime something's new and exciting, it's easy to follow. But after a while, it gets a little boring. Temptation sets in, as it always will, and you give in, you eat something you're not supposed to, all right? Now, if you're like most people, the guilt sets in. You're like, gosh darn, I was doing great. Why did I do that? I know better than that. Well, might as well eat bad the rest of the day. I screwed this day up. That's where the problem starts, and it's a cascading effect. What you understand is this: a pound of fat is 3,500 additional calories. So if you screw up and eat, say, a large order of fries, say it's 500 calories. Does 500 equal 3,500? No. So my point is, it didn't do anything. Right? But yet so much of this is a psychological game. They think, okay, I screwed this up. I ate something I wasn't supposed to. I've ruined this. No, you didn't. I want you to understand something. My whole protocol is on eating. I want you to eat often. And as future videos are laid out, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you how simple this is, right? And so A moment, again, like I said earlier, doesn't define us. I don't beat myself up when I make a mistake. I take a deep breath and go, man, those fries were good, and I keep going. Think about this for a minute. If on a typical program, I have my clients eat 6 times a day. I mean, how cool is that? You're eating 6 times a day. I don't have you licking an apple for dinner or something crazy. It's 6 meals a day, all right? And obviously there's snacks and stuff like that. But my point is this. If there are 7 days a week, that is 42 times you're going to eat, right? 42 times. So even if you screw up 6 times, you still ate well 36 times. I like those odds. You see where I'm going with this? So when I make a mistake, right, and this is huge, when I make a mistake, I don't beat myself up and feel sad, right? I mean, let's be honest, sad sucks. No one wants to feel sad. When you're sad, you're not motivated to do anything, am I right? Instead, I get a little angry. And anger is an awesome emotion if harnessed correctly. Now, again, I'm not saying breaking things and breaking your scale, but anyway, what I'm talking about is this. I get fired up. If I'm not where I want to be, I don't feel sadness for myself. And what I sure as heck don't do is I don't look back to where I used to be. Nor should you. The past is the past. We can't change that. Instead, look forward to where you want to go. And to me, that's exciting. If as you're watching this video, say you're 45 years old and you've been overweight 30 some odd years of your life, we don't want to go back to the past, right? We want something different for ourselves. And what's interesting when I'm working with people is I've had so many go, but Billy, if I've been overweight my whole life, why would it change now? And I would say the only reason you were overweight is you were never really taught how to eat right. I mean, if you think about this, I'm not here to slam the educational system, but there are so many courses that I've had, and you've had, that I've never used, right? I use simple math. I've never had to figure out the area of a triangle. Now, I know in some fields you may have to, obviously, but I never have to. But yet I make food decisions every day, don't I? And don't you? We weren't taught how to eat right. We were taught the food guide pyramid years ago. You know, the base of the pyramid was all carbs. Well, guess what? That's the same food guide pyramid we used to fatten animals, right? You know, farm animals. We're giving them grains and corn and stuff like that. So we were never really taught how to eat right. We weren't taught, hey, how do you eat right during a vacation? Or what do you do if you have to go to a restaurant? Or you're at a wedding. How do you choose to eat if you're trying to follow a program? We're not taught any of these things, yet these are decisions we make every day. So to me, there's where the problem is. We're not taught just simple stuff, right? I've done 11 bodybuilding shows in my lifetime, and not one time I've ever counted a calorie. Did I have a rough idea of how many calories I was eating? Yes, right? But my point is, I don't want to eat a certain way and be so stringent for my whole life, nor do you. Now, do I have to show restraint and follow a program? I do, right? But the real trick to this, okay, like I said earlier, is first and foremost, you better believe this is going to happen. So that's the first thing. Whatever it takes for you to get to believe in this process, do it. You got to believe that this is going to happen for you. Number 2, right? Get rid of trying to find the holy grail of diets because it doesn't exist. Now, there are certain programs out there that are more effective than others, in my opinion. And what it really boils down to is when you look at something, you got to ask yourself, is this something I can do forever? And if the answer is no, don't start it. So for me, I enjoy a lower carb lifestyle, right? For many reasons. Number 1, I feel better. I have more energy. It's easier for me to keep my muscle mass while I'm following this type of lifestyle and chiseling away body fat. So I enjoy it. It works for me. Am I going to say it's the end-all be-all diet for everybody? No. I've had the opportunity to work with more than 9,000 people over the years, helping them with their nutrition plans. And the one that I seem to do the best with most of my clientele is a 5 to 6 meal a day eating plan, a very sensible plan, which I will map out in future videos. And I'm going to show ketogenic, low-carb lifestyle type diets. I'm going to show you that. We'll do the zone type diet. I'm going to give you many different eating protocols. And then you find what works for you. But this is the thing, guys. This is one thing I've never understood. I have never understood why anybody fails at this. Because if you think this through for a minute, you mean to tell me if I don't quit, if I just follow something and I never stop, I'll get to where I want to be? And the answer is yes. You're going to get there. Now, if you're like me and you're slightly impatient, be really good and you're going to get there quicker. Now, again, I tell people, if you want the quick fix, this is not your channel. Quick fix doesn't work. Quick fix never works, all right? The quick fix is going to make you lose muscle mass. The quick fix, if you lose body fat, is coming right back. And the quick fix leads to loose skin. We want the slow but steady. I'm looking for 1 to 2 pounds of fat loss per week. And that's the other thing I failed to mention. This channel isn't about weight loss. I'm here to help you lose fat only while maintaining your precious lean muscle mass. That's critical, guys, because inside the mitochondria of your muscle is one of the areas we burn our body fat. And unfortunately, every 10 years after the age of 20, we lose anywhere from 8 to 10% of our lean muscle mass if we're not weight training. So if you're following a lifestyle of better eating and you aren't weight training, you're making a monster mistake. I tell everybody, we don't have a choice. If you want a body that's functional and strong and toned and lasts you in your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond, you better be weight training. And if you're intimidated by a gym, you do it at home. The beautiful thing about YouTube is everybody's got videos. You can learn everything you need to know about exercise and do it in the comfort of your own home. But whatever it takes, you don't have a choice. You have to lift weights. Now everybody's cardio, cardio, cardio. Cardio has its place. But in my opinion, weight training is more significant and more important. So I tell my clients, if you're in a pinch, you've got a 30 to 40 minute window, it's either cardio or weights. I'm telling you, it's always weights, right? It is always weights. Here's why. When you're doing cardio, yes, your metabolism stays elevated. You're burning more calories during the cardio, but when cardio is done, everything kind of returns back to baseline fairly quickly. But with weight training, that's different. You get a longer, what's called post-exercise calorie burn. And what that means is this. During your weight training program, you're burning X amount of calories. When you're done with your weight training workout, your metabolism stays elevated for hours. So not only are you burning calories during, you're burning calories for many hours afterwards, all right? So in my opinion, that's one benefit over cardiovascular exercise. Number two, we are building muscle. Look at most marathon runners. I wouldn't say they're bulky and extremely muscular. Again, they're more endurance-based. And again, I'm not slamming cardio, but I'm gonna be honest with you. We're all pressed for time. If you're pressed for time, always gear towards weight training, okay? If you have time for cardio, yes, a few days a week is very important. But when in a pinch, weight training, okay? So one thing I always tell people is this. When you're setting up a goal, right? Because again, we have to have some goals here. Yes, I want you to know where you're going long term. That part is critical. To just say, hey, I want to lose some weight, what does that mean? That is so darn vague. You've got to be specific. I want you to get a vision in your mind of exactly what you want to look like, whatever that may be, okay? On a future video, I'm going to show you a picture of where I was 25 years ago. I was 25. This year I turned 50. And I looked at that picture and I said to myself, I wonder if I can get there again. Can I get and look exactly like I did 25 years ago? Without steroids, with nothing. Didn't use them then, won't use them now. But can I do that? Can I get back to where I was? And again, I'll be 50 this year. I believe I can. You have to believe that you can achieve this, right? Is this going to take me longer than it did when I was 25? Of course. I'm almost 50, right? I'm no spring chicken anymore. But you know what? That doesn't mean I can't get to where I want to get to. So I'm going to show you a picture in the future of in several videos from now of when I was 25. The day I turn 50, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to try and mimic the exact same picture. And I'm going to prove to myself and hopefully you guys that yes, you can do this, right? So first and foremost, get an exact vision. I have my vision. I have the vision. It's a picture of me 25 years ago. It is a very specific vision. So now when I look in that mirror, if I don't see what I want to see, there is no quit. So when I'm working with my clients and they're sitting in the chair across from me and getting teary-eyed and upset because things aren't going well, and I get it, this is hard. I tell people it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. And I let them cry and we talk about it. And then once they finally, kind of, recompose themselves, I say, can I please ask you this serious question? Are you where you want to be? And the answer is always no. I said, well, guess what? We can't just sit in this chair, can we? If you're not where you want to be, we can't wish this to happen. Bust your butt and earn it. And the beautiful thing about this, I tell everybody, I want this to be one of the hardest things you'll ever do. Why? Here's why. Because when you look in that mirror and you're exactly where you want to be, yeah, you're going to love what you see. You know what you're going to love the most? Was the journey behind you. You get to see every bump in the road, every time you struggle, every time you wanted to quit, but you didn't. And now you're where you want to be. And that is huge. And I want that feeling for every single person. Because it's an awesome feeling. Because let's be honest, if we're not where we want to be in life, if we have a lot of excess body fat and we don't like it, again, I'm not here to condemn fat or anything. I'm just saying for you personally, if you're not where you want to be, it hurts, doesn't it? Right? Maybe it affects our self-confidence. Maybe we don't want to go out in public as often. Whatever. It just doesn't feel good. But the alternative is amazing. And I want that for you. So my hope over the next couple of months to years, I hope to do many videos. I'm going to cover a lot of things. I'm going to show you me cooking some different things. I'm going to demonstrate, like I said, numerous different eating protocols that I think work very well for people. I'm going to film inside my gym, where I'm going to cover a lot of different techniques and exercises and show you how to put together workouts based on your level of fitness and what your goals are. I'm going to show you how to measure yourself properly, how to do progress pics. I own a nutrition store and I own a plant where we manufacture supplements. So I'm going to talk a lot about supplements. I don't promote and push a bunch of things on people. You got to remember the word supplement means in addition to. This is in addition to exercise, in addition to eating well. I'm never going to sit here and say a supplement's going to make up for everything, because it doesn't. It's a nice add-in to help you get to where you want to be, but it doesn't take the place of improper eating or not enough exercise. So they have their place. I think everything has its place. And my hope is that each video will kind of teach you something. I hope you get a little something out of every video. Please feel free to ask questions. I'll try to answer every one of them. I tell people, this is by far, in my opinion, one of the hardest things. Why? Because we can't just have one great day of dieting and we've succeeded. It's not like going to school, studying, taking tests, passing, we're done. Every day is a test, isn't it? We're always tempted with food. We celebrate with food, right? And rarely do we celebrate with healthy food. I mean, let's be honest. When I'm going to a Super Bowl party, I'm not looking for the veggie tray, right? Nor are you. So this is something that always brings temptations, and it always brings failures. We're going to fail a lot. But in my opinion, the only mistake you'll ever make is to quit, guys. All right? So please subscribe. Please share this. I want to help a lot of people. I've been blessed to be able to do this for the last 22 years of my life. I have my master's degree in exercise phys. It's a passion of mine. I've owned a gym, nutrition store for the last 21 years. I've had a plant for the last 5 years where we manufacture supplements. So I live this, breathe this, and eat this. And this is very, very important to me. God has blessed me in the sense that I get to do what I love to do. I was bullied as a kid. That's what got me into weight training. It changed my life. And I know what it's like to be really, really sad, down. And I also know what it's like to empower yourself, change your life, get the health that you want, and the body that you want. So let's journey together. And I really appreciate the time that you've taken to listen to this video. I promise future videos, I'm a very goofy guy. I'll crack a lot of jokes, keep it lively. But in the end, I'm going to show you how to do this the right way, in my opinion. There are, like I said, numerous channels out there. There's a lot of great channels out there. Don't just take my word and as the Holy Grail. Expand your horizons. Learn as much as you can, but ultimately find what works for you and never quit. Be blessed, everyone. Bye-bye.